Anthony Hartwig here with a East Palestine Volleyball Coaches Corner to preview the Bulldogs season this year. John Bistarkey joins me to talk about his crew. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And let's talk first about this East Palestine team, kind of the lessons last year, reflect on last season, and some of the things that these girls that are returning are going to be taking from last year into this season.
Well, I mean, the cupboard certainly wasn't left bare when I took over this program in the spring. 7 returning lettermen, all 6 seniors have great experience, all lettered last year. So, we're ready to get rolling. We're excited, ready for the August 21st to hit, and we'll be ready to go.
And when you think of, your first couple months with this team, obviously, like you said, you just got the job in the spring. So you've had a little bit of time to kind of gauge the personality and gauge what you have. What's that been like to learn the personality of this team, to learn the strengths and weaknesses and try to build on that all summer?
Well, I mean, I think the strength was already there. Like I said, with the 6 seniors coming back, so the team camaraderie was already there. They work so well together. They're a great group of girls. They get along. No arguing, no bickering in practice. They help the younger girls tremendously in open gyms. And in the first week of practice, we had over 20 hours of practice last week. Yeah, they're just itching to go. I think they're itching to play somebody else besides themselves now. So
let's have a meet the team segment and let you go through your roster and some of the obviously big names that are returning, but then maybe some new names as well that East Palestine fans should know about.
Well, my seniors, Mackenzie Parker, she's back, all district last year. Sorry for the bells. All district last year. EOAC league. She's going to be my setter, outside hitter, tremendous volleyball IQ, JO player. Liala Martin's going to be my libero, big time hustler, probably the quickest girl on the team. Great passer. Sophia Furch on the outside, also a senior, big hitter, tallest girl on my team. Also plays the back row very well. Alexis Robb, I moved her to weak side. She played a lot of, I understand she played a lot of back row last year, but she's strong. She's a bulldog, no pun intended, but she's a strong girl. So I moved her to the weak side, maybe help with some blocking on the, opposing outside hitters. Gabby Andre, defensive specialist, also back. She hits the floor more than anybody I've ever seen. Like she just is constantly on the floor digging balls. So it's Mara Zimmerman, my middle hitter, also a senior, has had a great summer. She's just coming along very nicely, right where I expected her to be. Also returning's a junior, Ellie Berger, also playing middle, also had a great summer, great volleyball IQ, probably my best blocker. So she, those are all the returning girls. I think I missed anybody. Bringing a couple sophomores up, Cami Kreidler and Alyssa Dilling, both sophomores that we coming up to set for us, and also bringing Amara Wilson. So they're new to the varsity program, but Amara's going to hit weak side and jumps through the roof. Great blocker. So
now that we've met your team, obviously every team has a couple of vocal leaders that coaches lean on to, especially in volleyball where communication is so important. Who do you think those players are that are really going to be the vocal leaders of this team that you're going to lean on to get everybody in the right spot during the season?
Vocal leaders, definitely Leila. She's outspoken. She'll tell you if you're messing up. She'll get on them, especially the younger girls. Mackenzie Parker is she's a quiet girl, but you put her on the volleyball court and there's a switch. And like I said, her volleyball IQ is through the roof. And I've seen her multiple times in open gyms helping the younger girls, or even positioning where girls should be on the court. So those are probably my two vocal leaders, are those two.
Let's talk about the schedule that you guys have put together. Obviously, the EOAC comes first. Very tough conference with teams like East Palestine. I mean, teams like Columbiana. Obviously, you guys, Lisbon, all really good volleyball programs. What do you expect out of the league? And in your first year, how do you expect to shake up in the EOAC?
I mean, it's going to be a tough league. Obviously, Wellsville, only losing one regular season game last year. They're back with probably one of the best players in the state, and Presley Stokes. So she'll be back. So they're going to be tough to handle. Southern's always good. Coach Shansky has them ready year in and year out. Columbiana's got everybody back. They're going to be good. United. I mean, three of our first four games are on the road. I mean, we played Toronto on August 21st at Toronto, and then we turn around and go to Southern the next night. I mean, we're talking about a combined 39 wins between those two last year. So, and then we finally get Columbiana at home, and I think Heartland Christian at home. But the EOAC is loaded this year. But we're up for the task. We're very experienced. So hopefully, I expect us to be in the running.
You already brought up a couple of teams outside the conference that you'll be playing in Toronto and Heartland. Who are some other teams outside the EOAC that you're excited to test yourself against and know that playing those teams will really get you ready for tournaments?
Well, I mean, towards the end of the year, we have Springfield, who's always has a good volleyball program. Waterloo, Ravenna Southeast, they're on us. They're on our schedule toward the end of the season. Like I said, we open up with Toronto on the road, and then we play them later in the season here. So, those are some good games to get us ready for post-tournament.
Since it's your first season here with East Palestine Volleyball, let's hear about your volleyball journey and what kind of things led you to be taking this job.
Well, a lot of people don't know I was actually the head coach. I took the job in 2002 for 5 years. So I'm kind of coming back after 21 years. So most of these girls on this, well, obviously none of these girls on this current team were born yet the last time I coached here. But I've told them, I said, this is just watching them this summer. This is the most talented team I've had. I've told them that, but I've told them that they're not as good as my other teams yet. And I emphasize yet, because there's a lot of potential on this team. And once we start playing the games, we figured some things out. But yeah, there's so much talent. I actually started here in 7th grade under Jen Miller when she was the volleyball coach here. She hired me in at 7th grade, and I kind of moved myself up through the ranks. Played coach JVs under Cheney Nesbeth when she was here, and then I took over after she left. So yeah, I mean, I got some experience under my belt, but it's been a while, and I'm just excited to be back, and I'm excited to get going again.
I guess the big question is, after such a long hiatus, what drew you back into this world of high school coaching?
Well, my daughter just graduated in 2021. She played 4 years here, and I realized then that I kind of missed it, watching her play high school volleyball. Seeing the ins and outs while she was playing, and I actually line judged some home games, so I was that close to the action, and just hearing the verbiage and stuff. Just I realized I missed it, and then when this job opened up, actually my wife was the one that says, I really think you ought to get back into it. I have two kids that graduated, so I'm not watching them play sports anymore. I have a daughter that's going to be a sophomore this year that only runs track. So that was the biggest thing. It was just I didn't realize it till after I got back into it how much I missed it. And I actually Tristan Reynolds last year got hired as the basketball coach here, and called me up and asked me if I'd be his JV coach. And after such a long layoff, and I agreed to do that. And I just forgot how much I really missed it being gone for so long.
everyone knows sports change over years. Volleyball now is different than volleyball in 2007. What's the biggest change that you had to kind of adjust yourself to coming in to coach now in 2023?
It's faster, uh, a little more plays. Before it was just kind of bump set spike. I can mix in a couple slides here and there, but yeah, the main thing is it's faster. The girls are a little stronger and bigger, um, and that we've just been with the jump stretching and the lifting all summer long. I these girls are just bigger and faster, I think, right now. But not to say that there's a lot of talent, back in the early 2000s. And But no, these girls just seem to be, JO's more relevant, more prevalent now. So also, a lot of excuse me, a lot of these girls have played volleyball all spring and then jump into volleyball in the summer and then fall when their season starts. So they have a lot more experience on the court, I think, than they did 20 years ago. When JO's wasn't as popular as it is now.
East Palestine is such a special place. Everyone at YSN knows that. It's kind of a YSN home because, of course, DJ Oakley calls East Palestine home. For you, obviously, being in the school system, coaching before, coaching now, having kids go through the high school, what makes East Palestine so special in your perspective, the community and the support that you get?
I mean, you said it, just the community. Everybody knows each other and everybody has each other's backs. And just growing up in a small community and then coaching kids from a small community, they're just so tight, and they're all friends, and they get along, and they all know each other, and they know each other's families, and it just makes it easier as a coach in a small community, just because the camaraderie is there, and they know what it takes to work hard, especially little towns like this, little communities. And most of my girls they work in the summertime, and then they come to play volleyball, and you don't get that at a lot of places. So they're just they're hard workers. Not saying bigger cities aren't, but it's a little tougher down here. It's a tougher life.
First year back, one of the things you obviously had to do was build a new coaching staff. So I want you to go over the coaches that are helping you out and all the people that are behind the scenes that are making this volleyball program exactly what you want it to be.
Well, I got Cindy Straney is going to coach my JV. She's a legend over there at Crestview, Hall of Famer. 30 plus years of experience and volleyball experience. She agreed to come coach with me. So that's huge. I got Kendra Greaves is going to coach the freshmen this year. She was a great player. 2022 graduated at Crestview, played in some great teams over there. My middle school staff consists of my daughter, Malin, who played all 4 years here, graduated in 2021. JO's, she's been playing volleyball since she was in 5th grade. My 8th grade coach is going to be Harmony Offenberg, also a graduate of Columbiana, played JO's for years. So, and I'm glad I brought in the kind of a mixture between the older and the younger, like the younger girls can kind of deal with the things that maybe me and Coach Straney aren't, like the verbiage, the language, maybe someone will throw out there. But no, I think I put together a great staff, and they're working so hard right now. And I got to throw out there, we've been in the weight room all summer with strength and conditioning coach John Uriauchi, who has put these guys through. I actually feel sorry for him sometimes up there watching them, go through his workout. They look like football players up there in the weight room. So I got, take a shout out to him also. So
before we let you go, I want you to just describe your culture and what you kind of want to instill into this volleyball program as you take it back over.
Well, I mean, if you walk into our gym and look up at the championships, and and back in the 80s and 90s, I want to bring that back. I want to bring that tradition back. Just just want to make us relevant again. I want people to see the name East Palestine. That's your next game, and and realize that it's going to be a dogfight. So that's what I kind of instilled in the girls this summer. Is like, listen, why not us? It's a great league. We're going to be a really good team. So don't just settle anymore. Don't just settle for the middle of the pack or the EOAC. Why not us? So that's what I've been really pushing this summer.
Coach, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and giving us a solid preview of East Palestine volleyball. We're excited for another season of covering you guys, and we can't wait to get out there on August 21st and see you guys for the first time. And we wish you the best of luck. We can't wait to talk to you again real soon.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.